What's going on, people? This is the King O Caesar, bringing you gear reviews, tutorials, and unboxings, something similar to this. And on this channel, we really like to speculate about the new gear that's coming out, and it seems like the MPC XL is starting to catch steam now. What do we know about the MPC XL so far? Not a whole lot, but we do have some code, a couple things. We have some creators out here who've been giving their take. Sample Kings, Lifted Noise, Av McCree, Bolo, a couple other people who have been giving their takes out here. A lot of speculation going on. So, we're going to get into it. But before you guys start, or before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification button if you can. It helps the channel. And I know some of you guys are out here and you're looking for gear. You know what I'm saying? You guys can check out the description. I have links to Zounds. That's like one of the only places I go shop these days. You know what I'm saying? For my gear, they have a pay-as-you-play program. It's amazing. You guys can go cop some gear if you're balling on a budget like me. And like I said, it's just great. It's free for you. It doesn't cost you anything to click on the link, but it helps me. It helps the channel. I get a little kickback. So if you guys are interested in picking up any gear, I do have some links in the description for like a couple NPCs, whatever. You guys are free to check that out. If you don't, no harm done, no foul. I appreciate you being here with me today because we about to get some speculation going. And I got some notes here, if you can see. So I'm going to go off of here. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I'm gonna give my rumors and my stuff, and then we're gonna check in on the chat. So if you guys have any questions, anything that you guys want to comment, make sure that you comment in the live chat. And if you're watching the replay, leave it down in the comment section below. All right. So why do I think the MPC is coming? The MPC XL. Well, the first reason why I believe the MPC XL is coming is from Sample King's video. He pointed out that they found code. This is something that was leaked a while ago, I believe, and we seen the code. So I'm gonna switch over here to my other camera, the screen capture, and so this was found in the code. We have all the host names for the different MPCs. We got the MPC Live, the MPC 1, the MPC Live 2, the MPC Key 61, and then we have some down here that says the MPC XL, which is ACV5S. If you guys can see that on the screen, and there's also code up here too. I don't think this shows the full one of the one that I seen. I just quickly found this. But this shows that there's a host name for an MPC XL. Now, we have all the other ones up here, and like I said, we're missing the MPC X, but they do have it up here or somewhere where it does show like the MPC X. So the MPC XL is not the X. So we have this new code, and in the past, we've seen code, like for instance, we've seen code. It wasn't at the time, I don't think it was called the MPC Key 61, but we did see some type of code for the MPC key in there. And then we also got schematics. So we don't have schematics for the MPC XL yet. If it is something that exists, which we're guessing it is because of this code, nobody knows what it looks like. There's no schematics like we got for the MPC key. And even with the MPC key, they had like a version where it looked like a force keyboard, but it seems like they changed it, or maybe that's something that they're going to come out with later. And maybe this could be it, but I'm thinking that is something else. I'm thinking like it says what it is in the actual description, which is being the MPC X. So if you guys aren't familiar with the MPC X, I have my other screen over here that I'll switch to. This is the MPC X. This is basically the flagship of the MPCs. A lot of people think that the Key 61 is the flagship of MPCs right now, and I would beg to differ. I think the MPC Key is like a flagship, but it's probably the first flagship trying to direct itself at a different audience. We're talking about key players. We're talking about people who do live show play, like more rhythmic with piano type, like shows or sets. So I don't think that the MPC key was meant to market to the same people that the original MPCs were meant to market to, because you see they have like a distinct look, they have a distinct you know what I'm saying, layout. Even the MPC One X Live 2, they're similar, but you get the MPC X. You see, this is the flagship, and everybody thinks that the flagship for the new MPCs is the X, but we did not start with the MPC X. The first flagship for the new MPCs going over here is the MPC Renaissance. It was my first love. It is what got me into MPCs actually. I've always looked at the MPCs and liked them and always want them. Like I still want like a get this going. I still want like an MPC 2500 or like a 1000. Try them out, 3000 the Holy Grail, but those are way too expensive. But this is from Sample King's video. And if you guys haven't checked this video out, you guys should go check it out. Sample King's always like reporting on these type of things. Shout out to that brother. You know what I'm saying? You guys go check his channel out. But he did this a while ago, and he basically broke down the years that the MPCs came out. Now we're only going to focus on the new MPCs. And right here, we see my baby, the MPC Ren. That's the one that I started out. Even though it was a controller, it wasn't standalone. You could only use it in the MPC software, but that was the beginning of of 1.0. Okay, so now we got the Renaissance right here, and then 5 years later we get uh, the MPC X, and along with the MPC X we get the MPC Live, also 2017. If you guys can see that, 2017, 2017. So that's 5 years, 5 years apart. Okay, that timeline is going to mean something in a second. All right, I'm going and looking at my notes, making sure I'm um, keeping this in order. Okay, now listening to Bolo and Av McCree, I've also learned that this is the 35th anniversary of Akai, and we got Nam Show coming up. So we got Nam Show coming up in April 15th. I think it's April 13th through the 15th in California. And they both stated that Akai wasn't there, but they're most likely going to be there this year because it's not usual for them to miss or whatever. And whenever you go to Nam Show, if you guys aren't familiar with what Nam Show is, it's basically like Comic-Con for like music people. These brands come out and they show all their new stuff. They show all the stuff that's coming out, showing their new functionalities, all the new gear, from some of your favorite brands like Akai. So they're supposed to be there, and my prediction is for this in the timeline. Let me see. Let's not go to the timeline yet. But what I'm saying is that, like, because it's the 35th anniversary of Akai, and we have this code showing that, and we got Nam Show coming up, I believe that we're gonna get MPC based off of that. Now, my theories of when it's gonna come is around. I would say if it's gonna come out, it's gonna come out later this year, probably somewhere around the holidays, because it seems like brands release new stuff around the holidays. We're talking Black Friday, Christmas. The reason why is because that's when people want to spend money. That's when they're more apt to spend money because of the holidays. Fourth quarter always brings in a lot of revenue and money. So, but I think what will solidify that is if we do actually see a glimpse of this thing at Nam Show. Now they've been doing a really good job of keeping schematics and stuff offline and stuff, but we know that they've been known to do that, as pointed out by other creators. That the MPC One was just dropped on us. Nobody knew about the MPC One. There was nothing proven that the MPC One existed. It was just bam, it was here, and they did a really good job of keeping it under wraps until it came out. So for us not to see schematics or anything, that's not something that's unusual or something that can't be tricked. But we could see a version of this at Nam Show. And I think if we do see a version of this, that will kind of solidify that it's actually coming this year. And I also think that it's coming this year because of the timeline. Now we're going back to the timeline. We're looking at this right here, 2012, 5 years later. Okay, we get this, and then we also get the MPC Live. Then, but 3 years later, we get the Live too. So they update the Live, but they don't update the X, which is another is the other OG. They don't update the Live, but they update the MP. I mean, they don't update the X, but they update the MPC Live. And I'm gonna give my complete theory right now. Let me look at this to make sure I'm staying on track because I wrote a lot of notes here. Yep. Okay. Yep. I've gone over most of the notes. Okay. So now I'm gonna give my complete theory on this. All right. I believe the MPC X does exist. I believe it's coming this year. And one of the reasons why I do believe it's coming this year is because if you look at the timeline, 2012, we got the Ren. 5 years later, we got the X. And then last year would have been 5 years for the XL or whatever to come out. And I know everybody knows, or I believe everybody knows probably why we didn't get the MPC X, but we did get the MPC Key 61, but we didn't get the MPC X. And I think the reason for that is because the code that was going around and how things shut down. Plus, we had a chip shortage, but a lot of that stuff is getting better. We have brands like PlayStation, which is a huge brand pushing like PlayStation 5s and stuff like that. We know that there was a shortage in that, and most of that was due to parts and also the chip shortage. So they've announced that they're gonna be rolling out. You can more PS5s. You can go in the PS. Like I went into Best Buy today, and they actually have PS5s in stock that you can grab. 3 months ago, that was not the case at all. So I believe the chip shortage is getting better, which is going to allow them to make this because as stated in the name, if it's an MPC XL, that's like basically pointing to this being some type of like flagship because you don't just put XL on anything. It's got to be something big. So my other theory of on the reason why it hasn't come out yet and why it didn't come out last year is because if we look back at this timeline, okay? And I'm keeping this up for a reason. Is because like I started on the MPC Ren, all right? Now, what did the MPC Ren come with? 1.0. That's when we were introduced to the MPC software. The MPC Ren was in the studios were basically the introduction to the new MPC software that they was pushing. So 1.0. Now you fast forward 5 years after we have the MPC Ren and the controllers, they come out with the hardware units. And the hardware units, the firmware and the software is basically coincide with the MPC software on your computer is. So if my computer is running 2.7, hold on, no vocals. Oh my goodness, no vocals still. Hello, can you guys hear me better now? I hope I haven't done this whole video. 18 videos. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Because I hope I didn't do this whole video. I should, you know what? I should always check that stuff before I get on. It's always some type of technical difficulties, bro. Always some type of technical difficulties. Let me see. Okay, that sounds better. Okay, that sounds better. boost this volume even more. You know I'm saying something. Am I still low, or am I coming in a little bit better? Maybe I need to pull this mic to me. Hella low. Yo 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 yo. Let me see if I'm getting this correct. What is 5 and 6? Yo 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 yo. Okay, maybe this is. Is this better? Let me know if this is better. That should be better. Okay. Yo 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 yo. Now I sound like an old ass MC. Way better. Okay. Yo yo yo. Okay. Seems like I got it under control, guys. I hope you guys was getting that. Where did you guys leave off? Because we were basically talking. Okay, so I'm just gonna recap it. Skip it. I'm gonna recap it. Okay. We found code. Okay. I'm giving all the reasons why I think the MPC XL is a thing. Okay. So I believe the MPC XL is a thing is because we found this code, and it was pointed out by Sample Kings, and then I know the leak has been out for a while, but we have these leaks showing that a MPC XL exists somewhere. We just don't know what it is. So back here on the screen, I know I showed this. We're going back. So anybody who's watching the replay, please, deal with me. Like I said, I'm here. Um, thank you guys for being here or whatnot. But here we go. MPC Live. We have the host name and the code name for it. We have that with the live, the 1, the live 2, the key 61, and then we have here the XL. I'm furious. Is there something on your side? Because when I replay it back on my iPad, it sounds good. Immersive said that I'm way better. Seems like I got it under control, guys. I hope you guys was getting that. Where did yeah, my iPad isn't hella loud either. So for it to sound like this on there, I think that it might be on your end now. Okay, we found code. Okay, I'm giving all the reasons why I think the MPC XL is a thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we had other like other creators comment on this. We had Sample Kings, we had Bolo, we had Ad McCree, my boy Lifted Noise, and other creators commenting on if on what the MPC XL might be. And I think the MPC XL is coming out this year because of the code that we found. Also because um, what was pointed out by Bolo and Av McCree is that this is the 35th anniversary of Akai. So it would only be right that they do something special for the 35th anniversary. I think it goes by fives. Every 5 years they want to do something special. So they wasn't at NAMM show last year. They both said that they're possibly going to be there this year, and if they're going to be there, they're probably going to show some new products. So whatever those new products is, we're guessing that the MPC XL might be one of them. And I don't think that even if they do show it at NAMM show, which is going to be in April, it's April 13th through the 15th in California. So I don't think if they show it there that it's going to actually be something that comes out right away. And like I said, I have my theories on that. I think it's going to come out around Christmas time, maybe like Black Friday, because that's fourth quarter and that's when the most money is made, and that's when people want to spend money. So if they do show it, we might get a preview of the unit and what it's running, and then what I'm saying, they'll let people speculate, talk about it, get it excited, rile it up, so when they do release it, there'll be some hype around it. Okay. We haven't seen any schematics for it like we did with the MPC Key 61. We had a version of the Key 61 where it looked like a forced keyboard. They must have scrapped that, or that's going to be something that's coming out later, but we ended up with the MPC Key 61. But we know that this can be done where Akai can hide things from us and just drop bombs on us, because the MPC 1 was a complete surprise. No, nobody knew that was coming. Nobody seen any schematics or code on it. So nobody knew that was coming, and it just dropped on us. It was a bomb. Boom. It was here. So it could be the same thing with the MPC XL. So, and like I said before, everybody thinks that the MPC Key 61 is the flagship of the MPCs, but I think the MPC Key 61 is meant to appeal to other demographics in the music community. So the keyboard players, the church players, the live shows with pianos, like that's what the Key 61 is. It's meant to kind of bridge the gap between beat machine and instrumentalists when it comes to piano playing. Okay, so I don't think it's the new flagship at all. I think that we're still looking at something like the MPC X, because we look at all the other MPCs, they still have this form factor: the pads, the knobs, the buttons, the gyro wheel, that type of stuff. This is when you think about MPC in your head, this is what you see. Okay. And this wasn't the first flagship anyway. Like I was telling before, I don't know if you guys were here and seeing that stuff or seeing what I was talking about, because everybody said that I was super low. I apologize for that, for the technical difficulties. But we're going to go back here, and we're going to look at Sample Kings. This is a steal from Sample Kings video. The best MPC ever made. You guys go check that video out. Subscribe to Sample Kings. But he did this collage where he showed these. And this is basically when the MPCs came out. Now, like I said earlier, the MPC Renaissance was the first one, the first flagship of the new MPCs. Even though it wasn't standalone, even though, you needed a computer to hook it up, it was still our introduction to like the new MPCs and the MPC software. So like I said, we got an update for this in 2017. Is when we got the first standalone unit, which was the X. And then we got the Live with that. Now 3 years later, they updated the Live to the Live 2, and we didn't get no update for the MPC X, and I think there's a specific reason for that, and I was about to go into that until everybody said that my audio was low. But one of the reasons why I don't think that we got the MPC X right away is because, with the code that just came out, I don't think you're supposed to say it on YouTube or they'll strike you. But that all happened, and it like put a lot of things to a halt at that time. So, and then we had problems with like chip shortages, all type of things like that. Parts were hard to get. So we have companies, like I said, PS5, they announced that they're going to be having more PlayStations built. They're already working on a different type of PlayStation that they're going to, another PS5, a different version. Like, you get PS5, or you got the PS4, then you got the PS4 Slim, and then like the PS4 Pro or whatever, different model. And they're saying that they're going to be readily available. So like I went into Best Buy today, and if I wanted to, I could have walked out the store with a PS5. They actually had them in stock, something that you haven't seen in a long time. So believe that the the logistics and the chip shortages is starting to boil down. So, but that's not the biggest reason. Like I said, I don't think that we got the MPC X, because if you look at this timeline, it's been 5 years exactly. So if we was gonna get an MPC XL, we would have got one last year. But like I said, because of the code, we didn't get it. But what I was pointing to is when the MPC Renaissance came out, it was our introduction to 1.0 MPC software. Okay. And we know that they've been pushing software. Uh they've been pushing new plugins, all type of stuff. They're like focusing on integrating this thing and making it more powerful. Now, 2017, 5 years after the Ren, we get the MPC X, but we also get MPC software 2.0. And we got like a lot of iterations of 2.0 now, because the first iteration from MPC software 1.0, I think it only went up to 1.9.6, and we're already at 2.11.7 when it comes to the MPC software. And remember, the software automatically conforms or coincides with the firmware that is on your standalone. So when you use it in standalone, if you got everything updated to where it's going to be, your computer software on the MPC software is going to say 2.11.7, and so is the firmware in your actual MPC. So, like I said, 5 years later, we didn't get the MPC XL, but we got the MPC Key 61. And I think what that's doing is giving us a glimpse in what they're doing. They upgraded the CPU, and they upgraded to, well, they didn't really upgrade the CPU. I think it's the same that's in the MPC Lives 2 and MPC 1. But we know that the MPC X has an older CPU in it, and it has less RAM. The new MPC Key 61 has 4 gigs of RAM, and it has a better CPU. I think it's a quad core processor versus the dual core processor that's in the MPC X. So my big take on this is that if they release this MPC, then we're probably going to get a version or a preview of whatever the new software is going to be after that, whether it's 3.0, whether they're going to merge the software with the Force, and we'll finally get 3.0 on the MPC software, or they're just going to skip that and go to 4.0 and just keep those two separate, because they can't go on 3.0. We know that the MPC, or that the Akai Force, is running a form of the MPC software in this 3.0. So if they want to keep those separate, then we'll probably jump to something like a 4.0, and the Akai Force will probably stay on 3.0, or they might be trying to merge them both together and give us like the same type of workflow in some of the because obviously it's not going to be the same, but it can be similar, and we can get some of the effects and the, how did you say it, like some of the options that the Akai Force has, like the Akai Force also already has like an arranger and stuff like that. So that stuff could be coming. And I believe when they drop the new flagship, which is going to be probably the MPC XL, which is going to be a upgraded version of the X, is going to come with the new software, just like the MPC ran, just like the MPC X. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, everybody's speculating on what the MPC XL is, and nobody's asking that question and like connecting the dots of what what it meant when the Ren and the X came out. They both introduced the new software. So I also believe that we got new software coming. If this thing drops, if we see a version of this, MPC at NAMM show, and they show us this, I almost like I'm almost positive. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever. I'm almost positive though. If we get this MPC, a new version of the X, then it's gonna most likely come with the new software as well. So I'm excited for that. Like this has been my video on that. I'm trying to, or this has been my video on this. I'm trying to keep this kind of short, but I do want to interact with you guys. So I'm gonna go to the chat and see what you guys have to think, or see what you guys think about this situation. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? What are you guys' predictions? Let me know right now in the chat, and we're gonna go through it. Okay. Said you got my back. I thank you, Furious Styles. I appreciate it, man. Oh, might as well save the settings. Okay. So we here. What do you guys think? We got 7 people in here. I don't know who 7 people is. No answer is a wrong answer, because at this point we're all just speculating. Even Bolo and Av McCree, who I believe are like plugged in with brands more than we are, they have no idea what's going on, or like what these things look like, or if they're even coming out. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna leave it open for a little while. If I don't get any chats or anybody engaging in the chat, then I'll end it. Stems would be the next thing. Where you mean immersive, like audio stems? I'll tell you this right now. I'm excited because you know what, and I have to, like, earlier I let you guys know, if you guys are shopping and looking for gear, check out the description below. I have links to Sounds. That's the only place I go and get my gear. So, um, and it's thanks to them that I'm even able to touch this thing. This doesn't belong to me. This was sent out by Sounds. Um, I actually have all 4 of the current MPCs out right now. So I have the MPC Key 61, the MPC Live 2, the MPC 1, and the MPC X all in this room with me. And I tell you this right now, like, all these MPCs are dope, but the one MPC I've always wanted to get my hands on and I never could touch was the MPC X. So I do appreciate them letting me demo this and check it out, so I can give my honest opinion on it. And my honest opinion on it is, like, this thing is the flagship for a reason, man. This thing is what it is because of a reason. It's the knobs and the OLEDs and all that stuff, and the workflow on it, man. This screen, this massive screen that has on it, that's tiltable. The MPC X is a beast, man. It reminds me so much of my Ren. But like I said, I have a video that's going to be coming out on the pros and the cons of the MPC X. So you guys stay tuned to that. I am working on that, and I'm working on an MPC shootout. I'm gonna put them all to the test and give you guys my honest opinion on them all and what makes them different. You know, we're just gonna go through and you know, like basically put them head to head. So with the MPC X though, I look at it and I'm like, whatever they do to this thing to add to it and make it, if they can keep it similar but add like certain things, it's gonna be a beast. And I'm trying. Hopefully, I have the money. Hopefully, I have the money to be able to get the MPC XL when it comes out, because I'm probably gonna want that to be the the staple in my studio. Just like you see the MPC X, if I have the MPC X, it would live right here and it wouldn't move. But look how beautiful it looks. It's a beautiful piece of hardware and it's fun, man. But I tell you this, man, I'm surprised. Each MPC has like its own like little like workflow. It's like, you know, they're all the same, but at the same time different in the same sentence. So Mercer says uh, they would need a better CPU to do it though. Standalone can't make stems like a computer or iPad. Correct. Meters, mic, mic pre's, and buttons. Definitely, one thing that people have said is like the mic pre's kind of suck on the MPC X right here, right? So meters, meters could be right. More buttons, of course. Um, and I do believe, I don't know, because we got the upgrade. We got the upgrade for the MPC 61. I almost bet like we're gonna get the same performance or even better out of whatever the MPC XL is. So maybe we don't have 4 gigs. Maybe we have 8 gigs of RAM, and then we have like a, you know, because you don't really need like a crazy CPU. Quad core is probably good as long as the single core functionality is fast. As long as the single cores are fast in it, you don't really need a whole bunch of cores, but you do need RAM to process the memory. So if we could get something like a quad core and then like maybe 8 gigs of RAM, I think that would be able to do most things that they need to do, because they don't need to go super crazy off the end, because you're not going to be processing the visuals like that. Most of that stuff is for processing visual things, or the GUIs. And as we've seen, the GUIs look pretty good already for some of the plugins. Let me see if I can go in here and find a plugin. Let's go with Stage Piano. Select. Okay. Let's go to Program Edit. So like right here, let's go back to the side. Like you can see that, man. This is just on the MPC X. So this is still on a dual core processor, and it's still got 2 gigs of RAM. And look how good they were able to make the GUI look, or the GUI, on the MPC X with this big ass screen. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need a crazy CPU. So like I said, as long as the single core performance is good, we just need more RAM, and then I think this thing will be able to handle anything that you throw at it and standalone. We also like having a fast CPU, and I mean not a fast CPU, but a fast like solid state drive in it. Can't go wrong. So Mercer says got to get the Black Lion mod for the X. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I don't know how good it is, because like I said, I was just able to get my hands on an X. I've never been able to touch one of these. And these things are actually bigger in person, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was big. I knew it was going to be big, but this is bigger than the MPC Ren. I remember the size of the MPC Ren, and this is definitely a little bigger than the Ren. So this thing is a beast, you know. My hand is, you see my hand where it is, and I don't have super big hands, but I don't have small, really small hands either. And that thing is like, you see it. That's what she said. Furious Style says it has everything already except speakers. So it might have more RAM, speakers, and more onboard plugins and effects. Nothing more to really add USB C ports. You know what? And that's, to me, that's a very good like analysis of this thing. I mean, what else can you really put on the MPC X to make it better? Like I said, there's a lot of things about it that's already really good, and it like fits that that kind of like old school like MPC persona too, like the way it looks. It reminds me of like a 2500 or like a 4000 or a 5000. I've seen I think there was 5000, but I've definitely seen like it was either a 4000 or a 5000, and then like the 2500s. Yes, it just reminds me of those type of units. It has like that feel too, you know. So Immersive said this streaming would become more of a thing. Yeah, I believe if they do upgrade to like the new software, whether that's 3.0 or 4.0, whatever version that we get might have this streaming, at this point. So Furious Style said I could see smaller pads and knobs to cut down on the MPC XL. Might be more like a MPC 1 XL or MPC Live 2 XL. Okay. So you're saying maybe a smaller form factor, but then just being like an upgraded version of like the MPC 1 or the MPC Live 2 XL. Okay. I can see that, but I kind of like I'm kind of like what everybody else, like what Bolo and all those guys said. Those guys basically said that, or as you can see, it's been a while since they upgraded the MPC X, and now that we have these new units coming out that are more capable, such as the MPC Key 61, we're gonna need like the flagship of the MPCs right now to catch up as well. So it's bound to happen sooner or later. So if it doesn't happen this year, I believe it's coming soon. How soon? That's you know we don't know, but we do know that they like dropping stuff on us. So let me see. Furious Style said, "Oh no." Immersive says it'll probably rip off the skip back feature from the SP404. I'm not familiar. I know about the 404, but I'm not familiar with that function. But I'm gonna ask Lifted Noise, and he'll be able to tell me. Lifted Noise knows he's a SP404 guy. So Furious Style says MPC Live 2 missed the XLR mic inputs. At least one would help. Yeah, I think that you like even with the MPC X and the MPC Key, like it's nice that they have the the XLRs, but why do I need that when I can just plug in one of these now? I mean, okay. So like for the MPC Live 2, I could see because it's supposed to be something that's portable and you take it with you and it has a battery. So that makes more sense to me than the MPC Live, the MPC X or the MPC Key. And because like I said, you can take any one of your interfaces and plug it into your MPC now and use the mic preamps from that. So I think buying a standalone mic pre or like audio interface is gonna always give you better, unless they do on the iteration, because I haven't tried the XLR inputs on the Key 61 yet. That's one of the things that I'm gonna test pretty soon. Um, but I think that like a lot of these companies like specialize. So like for instance, like the Focusrite has great mic preamps. So that's one of the reasons why they're so popular and they're affordable. So you can get you something like this, and then you can hook up multiple mics or, get you some good preamps with this. And this is an old school M audio joint. Avid M audio. M-Box MIDI. I think 2 or 3. And it still works for the MPCs. Let me see. Furious Style says MPC Key 49 is a must. I said that too in my MPC video, my MPC Key video. Like when we were speculating about the MPC Key, I think an MPC Key 49 would be fire. You know what I'm saying? I know it'll be more affordable, and it'll be one of those things that won't take up so much space in the studio. Actually, the MPC Key, man, I don't know if you guys can see it over here. I can pull I could pull my camera off and show you guys. I'll have to put it on Wi-Fi mode. But, the MPC Key, even though it's 61 keys, it doesn't make a super huge imprint, I don't think. It's still kind of long. It is. It's not something that it's not minimal. But MPC Key 49, I think would be better for the studio space, especially for people who have minimalist setups. You don't want something taking up all that space. Me, on the other hand, I have junk everywhere. I have like mixers and pianos and speakers and just stuff laying all over the place. Guitar pedals. So, that's not a big deal for me. But I would like to see, MPC Key 49. That would be dope. For your style, so I always thought it was funny the Force has to hit the live 2. Oh, the Force has 2. And live 2 had none. True USB interface works. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've always been a hater of the MPC XL. I mean, not the MPC XL, but the Akai Force. Reason why? Because it seems like they always got like things that MPC should have been going. The MPC has always been like Akai's baby, and it's been the thing that's sold the most over time. So, like, why would they put all these features into the MP or into the Akai Force when they should be putting that stuff into the MPCs first? That's how I feel, But they say the Akai Force is the like a real standalone box. Like, you don't need anything else to produce music with it. So that's pretty interesting. I wonder if they're going to do that with the MPCs. Are they going to make them so capable that you can literally create a whole song with vocals and everything in the box, standalone? If they're able to do that, I think that would be powerful. I don't know how much like the truest or the purest people, like who like the old school way of the MPC, will take that. But what I can say is that there will be people that like it, because I am still kind of a DAW person. I still use DAWs, Logic Pro, FL Studio, Pro Tools. I have all those on my computer, and I'm pretty good at using them. So for me, having a DAW in a box, like with the MPC, as long as they keep certain elements, they kind of keep it like, keep the workflow the same, then I think it'll be great. Furious Style says MPC needs an AAB slide mixer on touchscreen. That's about it. So they need an AAB slide mixer. Okay. So you're talking about like in the mixer, like they should have like the mixer with the knobs, the slide mixers. Okay, so the Force has the mixer and the MPC doesn't. Well, like I said, in this new software, maybe that's something that they put in. But I honestly believe that the software is coming with the MPC XL. I wouldn't believe that they would put out, like, showing what they've done with the MPC Ren and the MPC X, that the MPC XL wouldn't be the beginning of MPC software 3.0 or 4.0. That's just my opinion. So you guys know I like to do long lives, but I'm gonna keep this one kind of short so people can engage. If you guys have been here, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, check out the links in the description. You guys be safe and stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? Check out some of my other videos if you guys want to see tutorials, unboxings on certain gear, and gear reviews. You know, I'm here for that. And you guys be blessed, man, and try to be the best versions of yourself. We'll see if the MPC XL is coming out, but until then, we will keep speculating because you know we love to speculate here and on other channels as well. So, you know, until this thing comes out, until you know, NAM show comes and they either prove me right or prove me wrong, we'll see. Let's see, check out. So, one love, man. Thank you, man. I did get my vocals up, man. Like I said, I appreciate you guys, everybody that was in the chat. Let me shout out Furious Styles, Immersive. We had who else was in here? We had Remzo. Uh, I don't wanna slaughter your name, bro. But yeah, basically we had a couple people in here. We had 7 people in here, or 10 people in here. People dropping by, whatever, not saying anything. We call them ninja watchers, but it's okay. Thank you guys for being here with me. You guys stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.